Is an unwritten clause in our contract that anytime during training and fighting, you can die. That's a great possibility that we wish don't happen, we hope don't happen.
Mike Tyson is an American former professional boxer who competed from 1985 to 2005. Tyson is considered one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. He was the first heavyweight boxer to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, as well as the only heavyweight to unify them in succession. Tyson was known for his ferocious and intimidating boxing style, as well as his controversial behavior inside and outside the ring. With a knockout-to-win percentage of 88%, he was ranked 16th on Ring Magazine's list of 100 greatest punchers of all time, and first on ESPN's list of the hardest hitters in heavyweight history.
Time, but he can't play. But still, just ask anybody, who would they rather see play? Jerry Rice or the guy that played his position, that's playing his position right now?
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Michael Gerard Tyson, but is also known as Iron Mike, or the baddest man on the planet. He was born June 30th, 1966 in New York City, making him 55 at the time of this production. He stands 178 centimeters or 5 feet 10 inches tall. Tyson has taken acting roles in movies and television, most famously playing a fictionalized version of himself in the 2009 film The Hangover. In November 2013, Tyson's Undisputed Truth was published. In 2015, Tyson announced that he was supporting Donald Trump's presidential candidacy. In May 2017, Tyson published his second book, Iron Ambition. In January 2017, Tyson launched his YouTube channel with Shot Studios, a comedy video and comedy music production company with young digital stars like Lele Pons and Rudy Mancuso. In July 2020, Mike Tyson announced the creation of Mike Tyson's Legends Only League. Tyson's first marriage was to actress Robin Givens from February 7, 1988 to February 14, 1989. Tyson's marriage to Givens was especially tumultuous, with allegations of violence, spousal abuse, and mental instability on Tyson's part. Givens also described Tyson as a manic depressive. A month later, Givens announced that she was seeking a divorce from the allegedly abusive Tyson. According to the book Fire and Fear, the inside story of Mike Tyson, Tyson admitted that he punched Givens and stated, "That was the best punch I've ever thrown in my entire life." They had no children, but she reported having had a miscarriage. His second marriage was to Monica Turner from April 19, 1997 to January 14, 2003. Turner filed for divorce from Tyson in January 2002, claiming that he committed adultery during their 5-year marriage, an act that has neither been forgiven nor condoned. The couple had 2 children, son Amir and daughter Raina. Tyson's 4-year-old daughter Exodus died of her injuries on May 26, 2009. 11 days after his daughter's death, Tyson wed for the 3rd time to longtime girlfriend Lakia Kiki Spicer, age 32, exchanging vows on Saturday, June 6, 2009, in a short private ceremony at the La Bella Wedding Chapel at the Las Vegas Hilton. They have 2 children, daughter Milan and son Morocco.
Well, life has beaten me in submission. I'm this guy because I'm unable to successfully be the that I was before.
Michael Gerard Tyson was born in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, New York City on June 30th, 1966. Tyson's biological father is listed as Purcell Tyson, but the man Tyson had known as his father was Jimmy Kirkpatrick. The family lived in Bedford-Stuyvesant until their financial burdens necessitated a move to Brownsville when Tyson was 10 years old. Tyson was repeatedly caught committing petty crimes and fighting those who ridiculed his high-pitched voice and lisp. By the age of 13, he'd been arrested 38 times. He ended up at the Tryon School for Boys in Johnstown, New York. However, Tyson dropped out of high school as a junior. On March 6, 1985, Tyson made his professional debut in Albany, New York against Hector Mercedes. The 18-year-old knocked out Mercedes in 1 round. The year was a successful one for Tyson, but it was not without its tragedies. On November 4, 1985, his trainer and surrogate father, Cus D'Amato, died of pneumonia. By 1986, Tyson had garnered a 22-0 record, 21 of the fights won by knockout. On November 22, 1986, Tyson finally reached his goal. He was given his first title fight against Trevor Berbick for the World Boxing Council Heavyweight Championship. Tyson won the title by a knockout in the second round. At the age of 20 years and 4 months, he surpassed Floyd Patterson's record to become the youngest heavyweight champion in history. He defended his title against James Smith on March 7, 1987, adding the World Boxing Association Championship to his list of victories. On August 1st, he became the first heavyweight to own all 3 major boxing belts when he seized the International Boxing Federation title from Tony Tucker. Tyson stepped back into the ring with British boxer Frank Bruno on February 25, 1989, in an effort to retain his world heavyweight title. Tyson went on to knock out Bruno in the 5th round. On July 21, 1989, Tyson defended his title again, knocking out Carl "The Truth" Williams in 1 round. Tyson's winning streak came to an end on February 11, 1990, when he lost his championship belt to boxer Buster Douglas in Tokyo, Japan. Douglas came back in the 10th round, knocking Tyson out for the first time in his career. In July 1991, Tyson was accused of raping Desiree Washington, a Miss Black American contestant, and was sentenced to 6 years in prison. On August 19, 1995, Tyson won the fight, knocking out McNeely in just 89 seconds. Tyson also won his next match in December 1995, knocking out Buster Mathis Jr. in the 3rd round. On November 9, 1996, Tyson faced Holyfield for the heavyweight title. The evening would not end successfully for Tyson, who lost to Holyfield by a knockout in the 11th round. Tyson trained heavily for a rematch with Holyfield, and on June 28, 1997, Tyson shocked fans and boxing officials when he grabbed Holyfield and bit both of the boxer's ears, completely severing a piece of Holyfield's right ear. On July 9, 1997, the Nevada State Athletic Commission revoked Tyson's boxing license in a unanimous voice vote and fined the boxer $3 million for biting Holyfield. His next highly publicized fight would be in 2002 with WBC, IBF, and IBO champion Lennox Lewis. Tyson lost the fight by a knockout, a defeat that signaled the decline of the former champion's career. After losing to Danny Williams in July 2004 and to Kevin McBride in June 2005, Tyson announced his retirement. He was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in June 2011.
Not cheating on my wife. Success for me is being responsible and being present. That's success for me.
Tyson earned most of his money from boxing fights and sponsors. He also has appeared in some movies and has earned from the biopics made on him. During the peak of his career, Mike Tyson earned and squandered an entire $300 million fortune. He received a whopping $20 million for a 90-second knockout of Michael Spinks in June 1988. Tyson returned to boxing in August 1995 and was paid $25 million when he fought Peter McNeely. Tyson picked up $30 million checks in his next 4 bouts, including the infamous bite fight against Evander Holyfield. Mike Tyson's net worth is $3 million. Mike Tyson's 21-room Connecticut mansion would later be owned by 50 Cent. This mansion featured a nightclub and casino. Mike also bought houses in Las Vegas, Ohio, and Maryland. His Ohio mansion featured gold-plated furniture, pools, and a basketball court. His $4 million Las Vegas property featured an 11,000-square-foot mansion that he proceeded to remodel from scratch. Tyson currently lives in an 8,149-square-foot mansion in Henderson, Nevada, built in 2001. It has plenty of indoor and outdoor space. He paid $2.5 million for the mansion in 2016. There are 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms in his villa. Mike has owned more than 100 cars. Some of the best of these are Bentley Continental SC, 1985 Cadillac Eldorado, Rolls-Royce Silver Spur, Rolls-Royce Corniche, (1989) Mercedes-Benz SL Class 560 SL, (1995) Ferrari F50, Ferrari 456 GT Spider, (1987) Bentley Continental T, Jaguar XJ220,